All right, let's just get right into it. I want you to forget everything you've been told about building a career. We're going to break down a modern blueprint, a real-world guide for guys between 18 and 25 who want to build actual wealth and success, like right now. Look, this isn't your parents' advice. This is what's working in today's digital world.
So, does this feel familiar at all? You're in your late teens, maybe early 20s, and there's this insane pressure to have everything figured out, but instead, you're just getting bombarded with distractions, a mountain of conflicting advice, and a future that feels, well, anything but certain. That's a super common feeling. But here's the thing, it is not a dead end. It's the perfect starting point.
And this really gets to the core of it all. The game has completely changed. I mean, look at the old path on the left. Get a degree, land a safe job. What does that usually get you? It just leaves you buried in debt and trapped. The new path, on the right, is all about flipping that script. It's about getting a specific, high-income skill, proving you've got it with a portfolio of real work, and then using that to build a life completely on your own terms.
So where does this new path lead? Well, it leads straight into what you can only call a modern-day gold rush. Seriously, the digital economy has just blown the doors open on opportunities that were totally unimaginable even a decade ago. This is your escape route from that old broken model. And it's all because what businesses actually value has completely shifted.
And this right here, this really nails that shift. Online businesses, they move at the speed of light. They don't have time to cross their fingers and hope your degree taught you what they need. No, they need to see that you can solve their problem today. And that is exactly why a demonstrated, practical skill is worth so much more than a traditional piece of paper right now.
And this is where the opportunity gets super specific. Every single business, and I mean everyone, from the local coffee shop to some massive corporation, is looking for ways to do more with less. They want to save time and they want to save money. That's why they are desperately searching for people who get automation and AI. When you can build systems that save them resources, you become a massive, massive asset.
Okay, so what are these game-changing skills? Look, this isn't about learning 100 different things. This blueprint is built on a powerful, high-leverage toolkit. We're focusing on two core skills that work beautifully together: n8n for automation and AI as your creative and analytical powerhouse.
First up is n8n. I know, the name's a little weird, but don't let it intimidate you. Just think of it like digital Legos. It's a no-code tool, which means you don't need to be a programmer. You can visually connect the apps you use every day, like Instagram, Gmail, a customer database, or CRM, and make them automate all those boring, repetitive tasks. It's an incredibly valuable skill to have.
And this isn't just theory, this is literally how you make money. Businesses will happily pay you to automate their social media growth. They'll pay you to build systems that automatically find new customers for them. You can get paid to auto-post their content or streamline their emails and messages. Every single one of these is a service you can start selling like tomorrow.
Now, the second part of your toolkit is AI. But please, don't think of it as just a robot that answers questions. Think of it as your creative partner. It's like the ultimate assistant that helps you write, create, code, and solve problems way faster than you ever could on your own. It just amplifies your own abilities. So how does this partner help you make money? Well, you can use it to create amazing content for clients in a fraction of the time. You can use it to help write the very automation scripts we just talked about. You can even build entire services around it, like creating AI chatbots for websites or offering super efficient copywriting services for businesses.
So you've got the toolkit. But a toolkit is totally useless without a map, right? So now we get to the most important part, the exact strategies for turning these high-income skills into actual, consistent income.
And check this out. The map doesn't lead to a single paycheck. It leads to a whole diversified income portfolio. You see, you start with freelancing. That's the biggest slice because it builds your cash flow and proves your skills. From there, you leverage that experience to scale into an agency model, and at the same time, you use your expertise to build digital products and monetize content. They all feed into each other to create a really solid financial foundation.
Let's break down the two main service paths here. On the left, you've got freelancing. You start by finding that first client, and you do the work yourself. How do you scale? You get better, and you raise your rates. The goal is a high personal income. Now look at the agency model on the right. Here, you're not just a technician, you're a business owner. You start by building a system, and you scale by hiring people to run that system. Your goal shifts from just earning money to building a valuable asset that can work without you. All right, enough theory. This is where it gets real.
An idea is nothing without action. So here's a clear, actionable plan to get you from 0 to your first milestone in just 30 days.
And look how simple it is when you break it down. Week 1 is all about focused learning. Week 2, you create your proof. You build 3 small projects to show what you can do. This part is non-negotiable, okay? It proves you can do it. Week 3 is pure momentum, just reaching out to potential clients. And by week 4, you're already creating an asset, your first digital product. It's an intense month, but it's an incredibly effective launchpad.
So the entire journey, when you boil it all down, comes down to this single formula. You start by acquiring a skill. You use that to build a portfolio. Your portfolio gets you clients, which brings in the money. You then reinvest that money and experience into building a personal brand. And that brand is what allows you to truly scale your entire operation. This is the roadmap. Simple as that.
And that brings us right here. You have the blueprint, you have the map, and you have the first steps. But all this information is useless without action. This whole explainer is designed to kickstart a transformation. So the only question left is, what's your first move?